guys, so today I am doing the makeup book tag because I've seen a few people do this and it's like the perfect tag for me because I get to talk about makeup and books, which are two of my favorite things. Basically, I'm just going to be doing my makeup, and with like each product or step there's a bookish question that goes along with it. So let's just get started. So the first step is primer, and I am using this Too Faced Hangover one, and the question that goes along with that is a book that left a lasting impression. I'd probably have to go with Forbidden by Tabitha Suzuma, just because that book is very thought-provoking and it's one of my favorite books ever. So the next step is a foundation, and I am using the Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum Foundation, and this stuff is so good. I'm applying it with the Real Techniques Bold Metals Diamond Sponge, which is the best sponge ever. And the question for that is to pick your favorite first book in a series. Maybe I'll go with Divergent because, I mean, I don't know if it's my favorite first book in a series ever, like out of every series, but it's definitely my favorite book out of that series. Like, I loved Divergent. Then I read Insurgent, and I do like Insurgent, but it just wasn't as good as Divergent in my opinion. And then Allegiant was even worse in my opinion. I do actually like Allegiant. I don't hate it like a lot of people do, but it definitely wasn't as strong as that first book. It was so good. The next one is concealer, but I actually don't do concealer next. I do my eyeshadow, so I will come back to that. So for my eyeshadow, I'm going to be using the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. I'm also going to prime my eyes using this NARS eyeshadow primer. So I'm going to take this color here, it's called Luscious, and just put that all over my eye. And that question is to pick a book that has your favorite colors on the cover, and I'm going to have to go with Fangirl, I think, just because I love that mint green color. I just think it is absolutely beautiful. I also love Girl Online by Zoe Sugg, that light blue color. Oh, gorgeous. I am now going to take this color Cobbler and put it just on the outer corner of my eyes. I'm just now going to take a fluffy brush and blend it out. Sorry I wasn't telling you what kind of brushes they were. The first one I used was just like an Ulta brand brush. The second one was one that came in a Naked palette. And then this one is, I have legitimately no idea. It just says a dual eyeshadow brush. It's from Walgreens. I'm now going to take this color Bellini right here and just put that on the inner part of my eye right there. Then I'm going to take this fluffy brush. I think it is an e.l.f. brush. And I'm going to take this color Puree and just run it through my crease. Then I'm going to take Charmed, I'm sure, right here and just put that in my crease, but focus it on the outside. Then I'm going to go back in with a fluff brush and blend it out. So now we will go back to concealer. Under my eyes, I like to use this Benefit Erase Paste. And the question for that is to pick a character that you wish you could get rid of. Probably Alaska from Looking for Alaska. I just really don't like her very much. I think she's quite pretentious and annoying. And then I go in with the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer under my eyes again, and also just on any blemishes. And this is straight up the best concealer ever. As you can see, it's super high coverage. I don't have much to cover up, thank goodness, because Accutane. I went through a lot to get this skin. But I do just have like a few little like hyperpigmentation and like just dark marks left over from all of my acne. So next is powder, and for under my eyes and anywhere I put concealer, I use one heck of a blot from Sip and Glory. I use the Real Techniques setting brush. I use the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder. Luminous Light. It is a little bit dark for me, but I love this stuff so much. And I'm using this Real Techniques powder brush to put it on. The question for powder is to pick your favorite last book in a series. And for that, I'm going to have to go with Ignite Me by Jaheda Mafi, because Shatter Me, I really did not like that book very much. But Ignite Me is like one of my favorite books ever. I think because Juliet gets a bit better and also Warner is in it. So the next one is eyebrows, and I'm going to use this Essence How to Make Brows Wow powder. I got it at Target, and I use the Love Brunettes shade. I'm going to use this little e.l.f. brush, which has a spoolie on the end, so I can brush out my brows. And the question for this is a book that you think everyone should read, and I never know what to answer for this one. I always think like Forbidden by Tabitha Suzuma, just because it is like really makes you think. I recently read Everything by Nicola Yoon, and I think that is a wonderful book. It's super entertaining. It has a really cute love story, and it is diverse. And this isn't on the list, but I do use an eyebrow gel. I like the Benefit Gimme Brow because it really holds my eyebrows in place, and it also gives it some more color because it's brown, and it has little fibers in it, so it makes my eyebrows look thicker. So we've already done eyeshadow, and next is eyeliner. And I like to use gel eyeliner. I like the Maybelline one, and then I just use this Real Techniques Bold Metal little angled brush to do it. I'm sorry if you can see the mirror, but I'm gonna have to get up in here to do this. And the question for this is to pick a dark and mysterious book. I recently read The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer, and that is a pretty dark and mysterious book. It's definitely very, very mysterious, and that book is so good. I loved it. I've been wanting to read it forever, and I'm so happy that I got to it because it's so good. And this is also not on the list, but I do like to curl my eyelashes. I just feel like it makes such a huge difference. I don't know. And the next one is mascara. I am using the Better Than Sex mascara. This actually isn't my favorite, but I got it for free. I had a big one that I bought because everyone talked about it, and I was like, oh, I want to try it. I don't love it that much, but I did get this one free, so obviously I'm going to use it. And the question for this is to pick a long book. I feel like Cassandra Clare books are really long. You're sat on a bot of Cassandra Clare books right now. I don't normally read a lot of really long books. A separate mascara for my eyelashes. I use the Clinique Bottom Lash Mascara just because I don't like to use that on my eye and my bottom lashes because I feel like it would make them too long. So I like this one because it doesn't make them as long, but I still really like to have the definition under my eyes. And also it's little and tiny, so you can really get in there. It's also brown, so I don't feel like it's as harsh underneath the eyes. And it's waterproof, so it won't go down my eyes, which I have a big problem with if I just use a regular mascara underneath my eyes. They actually don't have a question for contour, but I don't know why I didn't do that before I did my mascara. The order of the questions messed me up, but I'm going to use the Benefit Hoola Bronzer, and I'm going to use the Real Techniques contour brush. Just carving out them cheekbones and that jawline. And I just like to blend that out with my powder brush. The next one is blush, and I'm using the NARS Orgasm Blush. This is just a little one that I got for free from Sephora, but it's broken, which is so annoying because I just got it, but I love this color. It's so beautiful. And I'm using the Real Techniques Bold Metals blush brush. And the question for this is to pick a book that had cringeworthy romance. I don't know, because I'm a big romance person. I mean, Twilight's pretty cringeworthy romance. I love Twilight, and me and Peyton are gonna reread it soon, and I can't wait because I do love Twilight, and it just like makes me happy. The romance in it makes me happy, but it is kind of cringy, I mean, if you think about it. Next is highlighter, and I use the Mary Luminizer from The Balm. It is the best. And I apply it with this brush from the Real Techniques Bold Metals line, and it's actually an eyeshadow brush, but I just think it's a good highlighter brush. And that is to pick a book that brightened your day. Probably like Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. It just makes me super happy. Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. Like a lot of just contemporaries just make me really happy. I also just realized I forgot to finish my eyeshadow. I like to do my concealer and powder before I do the rest of my eyeshadow. I'm going to take the color Peaches and Cream and just run that underneath of my brow bone. I take the color White Peach and just right under my brow bone right there. I'm going to take the color Nectar and put that right on the inner corner. And then the last thing is lipstick, and I don't know what lipstick I'm going to go for. I think I'm going to use this NYX Liquid Suede lipstick, and what color is this? It just says 04. And the question for this is your favorite book kiss, and I don't even know. I love the kiss in Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. That's a good one. I'm also going to take this ColourPop Ultra Satin Lip in Magic Wand and just put it in the little, and just put it in the middle, because this is darker than I was expecting. I've used it a million times, so I haven't used it in a while. It's darker than I remember. So just to lighten it up a little bit. So that is my makeup done. I hope you like this video. I thought it was really fun to kind of share the makeup products I like and also relate it back to books. Yeah, I hope you like this video, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!